Hey guys, we're back here. I'm Shane.
Zach.
Oh my gosh, so it's a Mandalorian. It's a highly anticipated episode. Okay, first of all, before we get into it, how have you been?
Actually been pretty good, you know?
Yeah?
All things considered. A few things considered.
What things?
Weekend stint in jail, in county.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, it's for, was he really in jail?
You can probably find it on public record.
Yeah.
So,
MyAdmissibleCourts.com.
Yeah, there you go.
And I got a bunch of stuff expunged from there.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while for me. I'm still serving. I'm on probation now.
I helped my dad got
for a year.
Helped out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how was jail? You told me a couple interesting things.
Jail was boring as
You got to watch football.
I did get to watch. I got to watch the OSU game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I watched some NFL on Sunday and watched a bunch of guys squabble over which games they wanted to watch. They watched the Browns game and they'd flip back and forth between that and the Steelers game.
Okay.
And fight over the time and commercials. And then somebody got on soccer.
Yeah.
And one guy made the comment. He's like, if you can't play basketball and you don't play an instrument, you play soccer. He's running to town. But
I know a lot of guys who play soccer and they play guitar.
I don't have anything against soccer. It was just funny to hear somebody say that.
Yeah,
but
that is funny.
No, the shittiest thing for me, other than being stuck in there and not being able to talk to people I wanted to talk to, was there weren't any pockets in the pants. I don't know how many times I fucking stood there and tried to put my hands in my pockets while I was watching TV.
So you having to work there is just something you didn't think about before?
I never really paid attention to it.
So now you have a whole new empathy.
A new perspective on things. It's like, these fucking things.
Yeah, you know what? This is too far.
Yeah, well, I mean, outside of there, yeah, a pocket t-shirt's nice.
Yeah.
But the only fucking pocket you have in there on that uniform is a pocket t-shirt.
Which you normally always have, though.
Yeah,
so
but then there you don't need it.
It wasn't a new... Yeah.
It's like, I need them down here.
You don't have your cigarettes. You know,
that's
the point.
No cigarettes, nothing.
What's the point? Oh,
it's
man.
just, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back, dude. So, appreciate it.
No, I had to turn out, in spite of the fact that I was in there, it was... everything's good.
Well, yeah, it's good to hear.
I'm on, yeah.
That being said, last episode, what happened? They went to Navarro? Back to Navarro?
Yeah, they had, with Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, he directed it?
Yeah, they went to they hoodwinked him into going after this Imperial base.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was a laboratory.
Well, he was his hoodwink. I think he reluctantly agreed. He was hoodwinked to the episode before, but
he was definitely hoodwinked in that one.
Yeah.
But, well, in this one...
We had space macaroons, too.
Yeah, I had space macaroons because the child was at that little elementary school.
Yep.
You know, which is funny because it's like a retro futuristic one-room schoolhouse.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it was interesting. It's interesting. Kind of like a Western, you know?
Yeah.
Or Holes.
Or Holes. Which Holes, you can throw that into the Western genre.
I guess you could, yeah.
It takes place out in the Southwest, right?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We found out that the military base wasn't a military base, it was a lab. We see it appeared to be some cloning type stuff going on. They dropped M count. We gotta look at some dark troopers from the old Star Wars expanded universe.
Gus was back.
Yes, he was. He's serious.
Yeah, with that stash, man.
Very serious man. And we had a name drop. We're going to Corvus to find Ahsoka.
Is it Corvus or Corbon? Corvus, isn't it?
Corvus, yeah, Corvus.
Yeah.
Corbon.
What the fuck's Corbon?
Corbon is a Sith planet.
Is that... Where the fuck did I hear that?
I mean, it was...
I probably overheard it from you, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Corbon's been around for a long time. We probably talked about it years ago.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because what? Knights of the Old Republic and shit?
Yeah.
Wasn't it on there?
Yep.
All right, that's where I know it from.
Okay, so he's going there. Yeah, his ship is fixed. By the way, guys, I should have said this a million times. We are currently going through Star Wars: The Clone Wars, taking this man through it fresh. He has no idea what's going on. Obviously, this is enlightening him a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, it's filling in some blank spaces that I didn't know were blanks yet.
We'll be going through all that in chronological order, and I'm excited also to react to the new season as well. It's going to be a while before we get there, so make sure you check that out. Anything else to say?
Yeah, Megan picked one of these up for me. She actually picked me up.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
the child.
We don't have any pops. We don't have anything really to display yet. We're working on that.
Yeah, but we have cereal.
So
I like that. So we should. Let's start. Hey. Can you during the reaction? Wait.
Says who? I've been in jail, son.
Me too. Cereal's good. What's it comparable to? Like Kix?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
It actually tastes like Trix.
Like Trix?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It doesn't look like it would.
No, it doesn't.
does.
Alright, let's start. Okay. It looks like No!
Some lightsabers.
Oh my god! Oh!
That's pretty cool. I was saying, you got the tree like falling down.
Well, that's a cool shot. I can't
Pretty
believe
cool
it.
intro.
Yeah. That's a Terminator dude.
What?
I think.
That is not him. You talking about Robert Patrick?
No, Michael Bean. What's his name?
Oh, Michael Bain?
Yeah.
I've lost visual. Scan for movement.
Oh my gosh. I was like
Pretty cool. He keeps turning the lightsabers
like
off
Mace
so we can
like
see
Mace Windu. Oh whoa. She looks pretty damn good.
it. It is.
Holy fuck.
I've been expecting you. You have one day to decide.
It's not much of a forest planet, is it? Oh, look at this.
Oh, fuck. That's like, reminds me of Spartacus.
Yeah,
It's
feel like
right
that.
straight out of Spartacus. They
Yeah.
crucify them all along this highway.
Yeah.
Just thousands of these slaves that Spartacus led in revolt.
Force pike.
What do you make of this?
Beskar. Maybe.
Beskar.
Ah.
What is that thing?
Eh,
I keep it around for luck.
that's him.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
definitely him.
Oh shit.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me. We need to talk.
Man, she looks good.
Do you understand him?
In a way, Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts.
Rogo.
Grogu?
Is it Ro?
No subtitles.
Grogu.
Yes. I've only known one other being like this. A wise Jedi Master named Yoda.
Name dropping.
The Force is what gives him his powers. It is an energy field created by all living things. To wield it takes a great deal of training and discipline.
Good old rocks.
Funny if I hit him in the head.
Like Goku.
Yeah. Ow! What'd you do that for?
That's so cool to see in the show. I don't know why. You know, I've seen it a million times, you know?
Grogu. Come on. Take the stone.
It's so cute to hear him acknowledge.
You see?
He needs to use that little
Told you he's stubborn.
Yep.
ball.
Yep, gun on the mantle.
Come on. You can have it. Come on. Good job. Good job, kid. You see that? That's right. I knew you could do it.
That's so cool.
Very good.
You cannot train him.
What? Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight. To the best of us. I will not start this child down that path.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
Oh! That looks great. Right there.
Or her saber color too, not being like a rich blue.
Yeah.
But light blue. That goes well with that environment.
That's a good way to show someone get cut in half without cutting them in half.
Where is your mess?
kill her.
Where is your master? Love to. Oh. Oh. Now it's good. Oh. Love cat. That's just doing the thing. Ah! You haven't seen the thing. It's the thing she does.
I haven't seen the thing, no.
So you're through with the Jedi.
He sounded funny right
Looks
there.
that way.
Where's the dollhouse? Yeah. We're going with those kind of deliberate strikes.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that short little bout with Dooku and Yoda where they barely fight with the Force.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh, well, you know, this will not be settled with our knowledge of the Force, even though they do like 2 things.
Yeah.
Let's just skip to the lightsaber bit. You should do what Shredder does to Leonardo.
You and I, we're a lot alike.
Hey.
Sounds like you win.
I'd wait to see who walked out before I lay down any weapons. He's literally laying it down.
Well, he might try to pull a fast one or something.
Yeah, look at his face. He's a time traveler, man. He already knows this is gonna happen.
See? Oh
Yeah.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
What? Oh God.
Nice.
So he didn't need it. I'm glad we didn't just. Yeah.
He needed it. He used it. He fucking busted into town with that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I guess he. Oh, okay. So he had it on.
Yeah, he didn't have it on the first time he went in. But
Yeah.
why not put it on and have it instead of going back to get it?
There aren't many Jedi left.
Maybe Luke.
He ain't gonna train shit.
Thank you.
May the Force be with you.
She just has Ahsoka's expressions. Like she's got this
She
smile.
probably went back and watched the show, yeah. So she can learn.
Like this is especially that look. Like she just got this kind of this
She was-
smile where
she was
pushed-
well cast.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Before we start the discussion, real quick.
Yeah. This is called a sober link.
Yeah.
Every 4 hours, I have to blow into this fucking thing from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. to show that I am not the drunk that they think I am.
Well, I know you are. This is an emotional episode for me. I've been watching Clone Wars since the Clone Wars movie came out. Ahsoka Tano was hated as much as Jar Jar, and Zach wasn't really exposed to that.
I've been watching that now.
Well, yeah, but
few
like
episodes I've seen her,
even then, like you know how the internet can be. Like
Yeah, but I don't.
they take it a whole
I
way.
am pretty critical of a lot of shit
Yeah,
as far as film goes.
Yeah.
And I did not dislike her as much as I disliked Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I get that she's just another whiny teenager in that universe because we've already been exposed to whiny teenagers. But Jar Jar was like,
Yeah.
Jesus. But I know that that's all blown over well and good now.
Well, and then she became the most anticipated character and one of what's considered one of the best Star Wars properties. Like many years later, how she stuck around, and Dave Filoni created her. Dave Filoni directed this episode. Imagine how it
reminds
is.
me of like Kojima and Raiden. Like no one liked Raiden.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
And
like,
Ryan
it's so
was
fucking
like,
badass.
It has a cool thing, has like a great ending.
Yeah, he's like,
Him and Rose, like little son.
He's like, I'm gonna make him so badass.
Yeah.
You're going.
He's the lightning in the rain.
Yeah.
God.
So that's what it reminds me.
Oh man, so she's incredibly well cast. She was great.
Was
You
that
know what I
really
mean?
awesome?
Like
It was a good
the,
casting choice.
the imagery was fucking cool.
I think that's what really sold this episode for me. Was the imagery.
The imagery was gorgeous, and just like name dropping some stuff. We'll go over that in order and how it was done.
None of this is in order.
Yeah, but just oh wow. I mean, I loved it. I mean, to me, it was unbelievable. And
I thought it just it definitely builds on what you already know is good in this series. They keep upping the ante, and they're not disappointing. So
yeah. So for you, so now you know It's been confirmed. I couldn't hide it from you or shelter you from the truth. You know, Ahsoka is still alive. This takes place, I think, 4 or 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so she survived the Purge.
She survived the Purge.
And now we know that Grogu did too. He was a youngling.
Yeah.
And he was smuggled out of the temple.
Yeah. So for you, what your question is like what happened? Like what happened with Ahsoka? How did she survive the Purge?
I didn't ask any of those questions.
Okay, but are you thinking to yourself now? I'm asking you. How's that?
No, I'm not asking. I mean, it's just, you know, if you're asking me, I mean, I'm willing to wait to find out.
Yeah.
Because honestly, her character hadn't interested me as much in the Clone Wars cartoon series. Mm. She's definitely cool in this. Yeah. She's kind of, I wouldn't say disillusioned. She doesn't seem, you know, grizzled and run down like Luke appears to be in The Force Awakens. Yeah. She's just kind of, she's down, she's heartbroken. She refers to, I'm assuming, Anakin, when she says, I've seen what that does to the best of us.
You're spot on. And to me, like, I got emotional just, because I've seen more, you know what I mean? And like, you know Anakin's story, obviously, but you don't know her side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know the bits and pieces in the Clone Wars now.
Yeah. So. And more as well. There's more.
Well, in most of the games that have involved anything in the current universe now.
Yeah, but there's another show called, I guess, never mind, I don't want to get into it. You'll see it. But yeah, you're spot on there. I mean, to me, when they're just sitting by the fire and it look like they're communicating, but they're reading each other with the Force.
Kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah. And then when she started fucking talking about the energy field that surrounds all living things, like just like Yoda.
Well, she dropped Yoda.
Yeah, it was just, to me, I don't know, it was just emotional for me. Like, you know.
Well, it takes you back to that.
Yeah.
Because when Yoda is first discussing it with Luke, you know, he binds us.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
Know, so.
And then, of course, you know, moving rocks with the Force. Just always love that.
Michael Biehn.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, is it Michael Biehn? Is that,
Michael Biehn or Michael Biehn? I'm not sure.
You said Michael Biehn. I said Michael Biehn. I'm not. You're normally more accurate with your pronunciations than I am.
But I've never heard his name pronounced. Okay. But he's the original Solid Snake. I know that. The 10 flavor Solid Snake was based off of him.
I did know that. I did know that actually.
So that's a nice combination. You mentioned the Japanese Western. You know, connections. You know, that scene. That's definitely...
Yeah, George is heavily influenced by Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, and Yojimbo is what that reminded me of.
Okay.
So that's what I was going back trying to reference. I had to watch it for school.
Yeah.
Like, well, they gave me all these movies to watch, and I'm like, I'm fucking picking that one. Because I know that there was a spaghetti western called A Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood that was based off that. And then a more relatively recent action film with Bruce Willis called Last Man Standing that was based off of that. So they kind of...
Okay, that's cool.
It's lasting. It's a lasting
this is pretty
story.
Good. I haven't seen it.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I can't believe... Okay, so there's stuff you haven't seen. I think you're aware of the fact that he made a return into canon, but you don't know.
I haven't seen anything with him in it.
Yeah, I just know he's in stuff and he's great. He's everything you want to be and more.
Why is he referred to anybody as anybody's master? Like, I think it's kind of a misnomer, you know, as far as... he wouldn't be a master to anybody.
Yeah.
Like I say, they're not going to say, where's your boss? It kind of sounds a little lame, but...
No, yeah, like, he's always been able to fight, but not at a level not at the same level as Jedi.
They've never discussed him like that, though, in the books, I thought. I mean, he's just kind of... He's a mastermind. He's a strategic...
He's a mastermind, and he studies art and culture of other places. He's a historian. He also studies different fighting styles as well.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. But I think it's just elevating him in the wrong way. It's like he's supposed to be this fucking brilliant tactician, strategist.
He still is,
but that's what made him what he was. And making him into he's also a badass fighter. It's like, no, we don't need to see that.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a badass fighter. I guess I wouldn't want to say anything that he is or isn't. You know, because it shows him that he is in some stuff, and it doesn't. In my opinion, it doesn't disappoint at all.
I wonder if he'll die the same way he died in the comics. Probably the book too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's obviously still alive, which to me, you know, there's another show. Okay, so I'm just going to say he makes an appearance in an animated show.
Yeah, I know which one it is, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, he makes an appearance in Rebels.
Yeah.
And we don't know where he is, and he disappears with someone very important, and we don't know where that character is. And now they've been missing for a little while.
So this is carrying on from that.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's going to do what he did with the... Actually, I can't say that either. Damn it.
One of the books, like he disappeared. He was gone on like in the Outer Rim or something with the fleet, and then after the Empire fell, then he kind of came back to fill in the vacuum, to consolidate power and shit like that.
That wouldn't surprise me if he's going to do that with like the First Order or something, or he starts it in some way. I'm not really sure. We know from so Timothy Zahn, Like, they love this character, so they said, you know what? Like, we're going to just bring him back into canon.
Well, as far as imagery goes, he's a very cool looking character.
He's cool. He's a chiss, and he's got a cool backstory that's been relatively... So, Timothy Zahn came back to write for him and rewrite or just write some new novels for the new canon where he just took all the stuff he established and just brought it back, like history and stuff like that. So it's great that it got the creator to come back, get his blessing, say, we want you to write this.
I hope Jason Isaacs plays him.
Why Jason Isaacs?
I saw a long time ago, back before any of this shit was even being thought of, or maybe somebody was thinking of it, but someone like made him look like Thrawn.
Okay. And
they're like, well, he's fucking... Is he being cast as him?
Okay. I don't know. Jason Isaacs
then why the fuck did you ask then?
I can promise you I don't know about that because Jason Isaacs plays a character in Star Wars. He does a voice for it. And
does he do the voice for him?
It's not him.
It's not Thrawn?
No. Thrawn, I think you'd be happy if you knew who the voice was. He sounds great.
Now I'm going to look it up.
Don't look it up, please. Let us react to it.
This is a voice actor, though. Fine.
Jason Isaacs plays a great character.
Well, Jason Isaacs is awesome. He's been awesome since Patriot.
Yeah, I love that man.
He's a fucking terrific villain.
I think he's great in Star Wars, but the person who plays Thrawn, I think, is better. Like, it requires...
No, I'm very tempted to look that up.
It requires more of a... Okay, like, I like Jafar, I like Scar in the new movies, but their voice actors were voice actors, and they were great.
So is it Jeremy Irons?
No, it's not Jeremy Irons.
All right, well, mentioned dropping Scar in there. It's like, well,
what I'm saying is, like, it needs, like, a voice... It needs, like, a different kind of voice, I think.
He does. Well, he needs a voice that elevates... Someone that can elevate their presence via their voice. Like a Mako.
Yeah, so, I have to give Zach tidbits, guys. Don't be mad, or he'll just look this shit up.
I will.
Okay.
Loose cannon.
Yeah. It would be cool for Jason Isaacs. I really don't know, but...
Well, if he's
now that I've heard his voice...
If he's already been used for another character, then I wouldn't expect that. But.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know. Sam Witwer's been used a bunch of times. Matt Lanter has been used a couple times.
Well, I just can't think of anybody else now.
I just can't believe that, like, all these great things from the cartoon, So after Revenge of the Sith came out, I was like, okay, it's finished. And then of course we got so much great Star Wars for another, 7+ years. Or 6+ years after into the Disney acquisition, and then we got more great Star Wars. We're still getting great Star Wars, but Dave Filoni he's able to go back and finish his stories, okay, or at least continue them.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing it the right way. Yeah, I mean.
I think he is too, man. I think that.
Yeah.
The series is taking Star Wars in a very good direction.
No, I just can't get enough of it.
Because the first season, there wasn't as much about. I mean, you had the child.
Yeah.
But you didn't. Like, they're really bringing it back full circle because now you have Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Now looking into Thrawn, like it's really opening it up to the larger universe there. So.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, because at first, it's a fucking Mandalorian. Mandalorians are badass.
Just
look cool.
Just this great Western and these great, amazing, entertaining episodes for everyone.
Yeah.
And I still believe that's the case. But now we're getting deeper into the Star Wars mythology, connecting this show to the larger mythology, but. Like, we're not, like, fucking... Not doing it in a way that I think is too jarring. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's good.
But we're not, like, at least not yet, making Din Djarin, like, this Force-sensitive person. We're going to train him. He's going to, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That would have been dumb.
Yeah, but if Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau had a story for that, and I'm sure it'd be much better than I'm describing it. And I'd be wrong.
Everyone thought Heath Ledger would have sucked as the Joker.
Yeah, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
He was incredible. Of course, we're in the first... Like you said, you're not as attached to Ahsoka yet. We're in the first season. It feels like we've done a bunch. Like, we're still only in the first season. Yeah, I mean, and there's a bunch of them. It gets deeper and deeper, and it grows up a little bit. So, what do you think of the name?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's okay. I mean, I don't. It's Grogu. Whatever. I mean, a lot of times mysteries, when they're fulfilled, are much more disappointing than the mystery itself.
Yeah.
Now, he's the child. Oh well, his name's Grogu.
Like his name's, Norman or something.
Yeah. Eugene.
Yeah.
This is Eugene.
Patrick or some shit. No, I like the name. Like, to me, it's not the most special thing, and it's not mundane. I didn't like Dooku when I first heard it, and then I started liking it more. Yeah, I mean,
Christopher Lee made up for that.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, your name's kind of goofy, but
yeah, like I didn't really like Snoke too much, but I like it more. You know what I mean?
No, I just don't like Snoke.
Yeah, to me, it's on the same level as Dooku. I guess Dooku.
Dooku, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had like Tyrannus to back that up.
Yeah, well, yeah, Tyrannus is like the most badass one.
Pretty fucking badass name.
Yeah.
So
we had HK 87 assassin droids.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool to see. We saw them in action. They looked pretty good too.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, so like because of like the dark, dirty setting, you know, what I mean, it was able to mask some of the, you know, what would appear to be like just pretty much CG and it looked great.
I like to be drawn in, you know, like with the child.
Yeah.
And how all the animatronics, even the stiffness and everything, the character that brings to it, still draws me in, even though I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But the CG doesn't have that same effect on me. It's like, God, that looks bad.
Yeah. It just depends what it is. Yeah. Like,
well, I know a lot of shit in this is CG.
Yeah,
but a lot of it doesn't.
With him, there's some CG stuff.
I know.
When I looked, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was CG. Like,
I know, but when it's done right. But
Yeah.
when it's something that's done wrong, it pushes me back out of the experience.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
And I don't
for
like
sure.
that.
Of course, yeah.
You got the fucking big ass moon. I was wondering how that affects the ecosystem on that planet, but that's beside the point, and I haven't researched it, so I don't know. You know, it doesn't look like there's not much going on for that planet because everything's fucking dead.
Yeah,
except the moss.
Yeah, I think it's because Magistrate Morgan, you know, her hatred, which I love when hatred fuels someone to do crazy things. They get rich and evil.
Well, I mean, it's just, why would that, it's not like I mentioned Pride Rock. I mean,
Yeah.
Why did her policies affect everything outside of there? Because it doesn't look like they do too much outside of that little walled-in.
Well, I imagine a lot of her stuff is off planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she created a starship building industry.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
Then you had the Beskar spear, which I thought was cool.
yeah, that was cool.
I like the simplicity of the design.
Yeah,
And I just wonder how that's going to affect things later on.
because now he has it.
Yeah, if he's going to like melt it down and turn it into something else, or if he's going to keep the spear and use it in a fight with somebody with a lightsaber.
With
Yeah,
of course, Moff Gideon. Yeah, I don't know. I love the line. You know, they'll never see it. You know, Jedi and Mandalorian, they'll never see it coming.
little attitude.
Yeah, that was cool. And they dropped planet Tython.
Tython.
Tython, yeah.
Yep.
Which is
I
from
have
the
no
old.
fucking idea.
Yeah, it's from the old expanded universe. Yeah, and she wants him to bring
Bring to the old temple there.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on. I mean, I can't help you.
Yeah.
There's only like a couple of us left in the galaxy, but I'm not the one for it, you know.
Yeah.
She could have gone with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's just going to get there on that planet, and that's going to be disappointing if he
And
doesn't.
Moff Gideon's gonna come and everything else.
Well, he can like fly right up to that fucking seeing stone. If he doesn't, I'm gonna think it's pretty fucking dumb, you know. But anyway,
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because I always think that like in real life, but then
that motherfucker flew from that laboratory all the way back to that village
So he
to
wants
get
to-
the child, and then came back with the ship. But I mean, he still flew all the way to town. I doubt he stopped and walked. All right.
Well, yeah, but he walks a lot. Like, you know what I mean? You
But
know,
he
it's
was
not
in
like
a
if you
hurry.
had that, you'd be flying all over the place. You'd be zipping around.
If he was in a hurry to get back and get that kid, I guarantee he didn't stop and walk.
Oh yeah, but like I don't think he used. I think the man like he wouldn't use that unless emergency. I think it seems consistent with his character in terms of how the Mandalorians are. They
Yeah, but
don't,
why the fuck would you go through all the dangers of climbing this ass? I mean, I haven't seen the mountain yet.
yeah, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I guess I don't
But
know.
they said it's a mountain. So it seems to me like this is going to be like a terrific task to get to the top of this fucking mountain. I mean, are they just going to land on top of the mountain and there they are?
I have no idea. Yeah, I really don't know.
All right, we'll find out.
So I guess I'll wait and see. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, so he can pick his own path. Maybe she's trying. Yeah, I don't know. Like
Kid can't even talk yet though. Like, well, he can choose his own path. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
In terms of his race, isn't he still kind of just a child, like a little child, like my 5-year-old? You know?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would think he seems like he's around 5, but you know they are intelligent. They do have. Yeah, he can understand. He knows enough
I don't know.
to be able to.
It kind of seems like he's very still just he reacts emotionally to things. You know, when he saves,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Din Djarin, or when he, you know,
Yeah.
the thing that that the Mandalorian gives him the little
Yeah.
fucking knob off of his.
Yeah, so I guess I would like to me. I'm comparing it to the only thing I know of is like how babies grow into kids and they grow into adults.
But,
You know what I mean?
I
So
know, but it's like, oh, well, take it out to the seeing stand, see what he wants to do. It's like this fucking thing can't decide what it wants to do. That's what I'm talking about.
okay,
She's
yeah.
like, no, I don't want any responsibility in this. Just take him to the stone, see what happens. And it's like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, what that tells me is like, we can't afford Rosario Dawson for this many episodes, so take him to the stone.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard rumors of a spinoff, like
Well,
just starting her.
they can afford her. It's fucking
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
But my point is just that
Like to me,
I just think it's a bad move.
Like for me, I personally wouldn't want her to overstay her welcome and keep the spotlight on these two. Kind of like Bo-Katan, kind of like Timothy Olyphant's character, had these great...
They can balance it out.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine she'll come back. Yeah, I mean...
But it's different when they're...
Like, I personally didn't want her to go with them. I kept thinking that's their journey. They need to go do that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean...
Well, then, I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous to take this kid, this thing, to the Seeing Stone.
Yeah.
And when the kid can't even... You know what I mean? He's not as advanced in his training as what she's like, oh, no, I can't train him. He's not ready. But take him to the stone. He'll decide what great fate will affect the rest of his life, you know?
No, yeah.
So it's like...
Well, to me, it wasn't like he might not be ready. It was more like, you know, because he's experienced all these things in his life.
Well, she has her own fears based on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
And, like, she's seen what has happened to, you know, like, the order that she's a part of, like, was obliterated. You know what I mean? I know. Because someone was trained when you probably shouldn't have been, you know, or he should have been trained differently. Like you should have been trained by Qui-Gon. You know what I mean? So she doesn't want to repeat the mistake. Wanting to uphold her end of the deal, it's like, well, you know, if you take him here, allow the Force to, you know, like trust the Force, allow the Force to decide what needs to be done. Yeah, if you take him here to this, you know, this ancient temple, then basically let fate decide, let the Force decide. I kind of think that she's using him maybe to draw out, in the plot, and the writers are using him to draw this other character that I know about. Yeah, I mean,
well, see, I wouldn't know.
And also, I'm wondering, like, you know, like, because Luke's around.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know who Sebastian Stan is?
Yeah.
Okay, so people have fan casted him, and just people have fan casted Rosario Dawson also. Him as Luke, like, and he looks fantastic. Like, he looks exactly like him when he's younger. Like, yeah, like, it'd be great to have him come in as Luke. You know, who's trying
he's a little bulky. He's got to slim down a little bit.
Yeah, Luke in Empire's big, but Jedi
he's not big. He's fit.
He's fit. Yeah, he's fit. He's a lot bigger than he was before.
Sebastian Stan's a little bit bigger, a little stockier than him.
He is, yeah.
He's going to slim down a little bit for that role.
A little bit, yeah. Or maybe in 5 years.
Put a cloak on.
Maybe Luke is bulked up in 5 years.
He doesn't look bulked up when he's in Force Awakens.
Well, he's old. He's always 30 years later.
But he's not going to lose like 30 pounds of muscle mass.
Yeah, in 30 years, I think you could.
If you just sat around and did jack shit, you know. Maybe that's what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, so, yeah, they're going there now. We'll see what happens. They drop Thrawn. I mean, there's a bigger story going on, but, you know, so I don't know if there's going to be a spinoff of that or they'll continue doing it in this show. I'm excited about that, but ultimately this story is about Din Djarin and the child. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't really have any theories, you know what I mean, without getting so meta. And, you know,
that's all I got.
Rosario Dawson was great, but we have to thank, you know, just Ashley Eckstein, who gave us a lot of great years as her. You know what I mean? So, ultimately, she's the OG. She's awesome. But, you know, I think she's also just a fictional character, and Rosario Dawson, I think, is able to carry on that in live action really well. You know what I mean? And Dave Filoni trusts her. Jon Favreau trusts her, I trust them. So, hasn't disappointed me yet. The one thing I'll say is this. Okay, so I and Zach to also a degree, you know, we're pretty big, you know, action guys, fight choreography. I thought the action was really good. Like, when I first saw her, there's a couple scenes where I thought to myself, well, I know how Ahsoka fights. You know what I mean? She is a very expressive, athletic, acrobatic Jedi. You know, she would be old now, even though I don't know how her species age. Yeah. They age better than humans, I know that. But, you know, like, they're not gonna...
If Dooku can flip, she can flip.
Yeah, and I didn't mind that. I'm just saying, and I know she flips more. She does all kinds of stuff in the cartoon.
That's a cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And when she was holding her saber, I felt there's a few times where she was like this, and it didn't look... But there's also scenes where it looked really good. Yeah,
I would say that speaking solely based on choreography, and fluency of movement and everything. Yeah, she was a little stiff.
Yeah, but especially when she's dual wielding.
What really sold the action in this episode was the atmosphere, like
the atmosphere,
the terrain, the fog.
Yeah, and Ahsoka just used, you know, and like her
turning off the lightsabers and you don't know where she's at, and turning them back on and reappearing and everything.
Yeah, how do you mind the tree using the Force to distract them? Like cool little things that I feel like Ahsoka would do. Yeah. And then like, you know, the scene like when they showed her again when she jumped over the wall, that was great.
All the same, I think that, you know, it was well done considering the setting they were in.
Yeah.
Everything really sold it as far as
Yeah.
the cinematography and her fight with the magistrate at the end.
Yeah, and the people in the movies, they train for months. I mean, so the
Well, I'm not trying to run them down too much. I mean, I just think that there's some lightsaber battles, obviously, that you can't match.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat Ray Park.
No, you're not.
You know, so
He's a wushu master.
I know.
Oh,
So
master.
the Duel of Fates really set the bar.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
lot, and everyone's all. I know you Jones about the fucking fight in episode 3.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really good.
And
as
I'm not as big a fan of that fight. I'm just not.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
You know, and but this fight.
See, for me, the 1, 3, and 5 are, and then there's a fight in episode 9, who I think is good. You know, that's for me the high mark. 6 is emotional. 4 is when you take in consideration everything, it's emotional, but it's, in my opinion, not that good. Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't. But it's just like more confrontational than it was.
yeah, it's supposed to be this emotional thing between these people, this past old man and basically a guy who's half a robot now.
Yeah.
Okay, that being said, guys, I want to wrap this up so I can upload as quickly as you can. Yeah, we're doing this much earlier than we normally do. I didn't sleep at all, so that's it. Any theories? Anything else you want to say?
No, I think I'm liking the information we got from this episode. And, now I'm just kind of ready for the next one. But hurry up and wait.
Yeah, pretty much. Hurry up and wait. Guys, we love you. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction, review, and breakdown of The Mandalorian. Can't wait to watch the next one. Make sure you check out Star Wars The Clone Wars. Okay? If you like what we do, like and subscribe. Turn on the notification and watch The Clone Wars.